Hi, I'm Maddy Harland from Permaculture magazine, and I'm standing right in front of our apiary. At the moment we've actually got 6 hives here. One of the hives, which is the light coloured one there, is our first colony, and it's about 5 years old. We're natural beekeepers and we haven't requeened this hive, and she's done brilliantly well until about the middle of the winter, and then I noticed that the numbers were going down, and we've let the queen just to see if she would right herself, but she's obviously old now and she's failed. So rather than letting this colony die, what we're going to do is combine Hive 1, as we call it, the oldest colony, with our newest colony. Now this colony, which is right next to it strategically, is a swarm that we caught a week ago in the garden. And it was such a big swarm that it couldn't stay in a nute box. We had to transfer it as quickly as we possibly could into a full-size hive, so it's a very strong swarm. So we think this is a good candidate for combining 2 colonies, a queenless colony and a strong colony, so that we don't lose those worker bees. So we're going to show you how to do it. Okay, so what I've done is I've dismantled this hive, and I've taken the queenless hive and set it to one side in front of the existing hive. What I'm now going to do is transfer this existing hive onto this hive base, and then I'm going to put newspaper between the top of the big brood box, and then I'm going to put a queen excluder, and then I'm going to put the queenless hive on top of it and combine them. And the bees will slowly eat through the newspaper. The old hive will move downwards, but the newspaper will prevent it from moving too fast so that there's any fighting. And by the time the old bees can get near the new swarm colony, they'll know each other's vibration and they'll be accepted, and they won't be treated as interlopers.
Right.
A little bit of smoke, not too much, because everyone's quite nice at the moment.
Move the whole thing. Should we?
Get the newspaper.
You've got to get these guys in.
They're in. They'll fly in
about
anyway.
those?
Don't worry about
no,
it. They're so limited. They'll go to their queen.
Queen excluder.
So Tim's putting the newspaper on the top, and I'm going to weight that down with a queen excluder. I'm not going to drop the hive at all. And then you're going to make some tiny slits, just tiny, in the hive. Not many, just a few.
Need to be more in the middle.
Doesn't matter. You've made enough.
Matter.
You've made enough. Okay. Move that. We're going to put this brood box on the top. So the weak hive's going on the top. And we're following it with pretty empty super, if truth be told. They just can't even make stores. And then we want to put the lid on the hive. Now what's going to happen is the colony that's been moved, we're going to remove all trace of its hive base and stand, and they're going to spend some time thinking, where is our queen? But as it's very close by, they'll soon find her, and we'll see bees begin to sit at the front of the hive and signal that she's in there. So they'll go in, they'll get to know the sound of the hive upstairs, and those bees will try and get out through the newspaper, but they'll have to eat their way through, and the theory is by the time they've eaten their way through, which takes 48 hours, they'll be acquainted with each other and hopefully there'll be no fighting. And that is all there is to combining a very weak colony, which you know would never make it through the winter, and a strong colony. And the reason we've done it in June is that we've still got a lot of wildflowers to come out, and so they've got ample opportunity to collect lots and lots of stores for the winter. In a couple of days' time we'll come in and we'll integrate the two sets of brood frames, and we'll choose the best brood frames with brood and any stores, and we'll put them all in the bottom and then leave them the super on the top for storing nectar and making honey. And there we are. The last job is to get a hive tool and just take off the paper so it doesn't get soggy in the rain, and move the gear. So this is 48 hours later, and we're back at the apiary, and we're going to open up the hive behind me that we merged and check everything is well, and integrate the frames from the weak colony, which was only on 6 frames, and the strong colony. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Smoke. Give me smoke.
So we've got a lovely lot of bees actually in. So we've got lots of bees in there.
They've eaten their way through.
They sure have eaten their way through. And there's a big, I'm going to take this off because it's fascinating. Look, literally they've eaten their way through the entire newspaper, and literally that's all that's left. Whoops! I mean, that's amazing. So now we're going to select the frames that we want to remove, and ideally I want to put them all in here. To move this into there, because in order to work the hive I'm going to put this box on the top. And what I'm doing is I'm working these across. And I want to take the frames very carefully, because you do not
I suspect those are
want to drop the queen.
the busiest, and suppose the queen's probably on there. Does it matter if they're not in the middle?
That's hardly drawn out. this one. It's a bit drawn out, but not very much.
Have we...
So you lift that to there, and I lift this to there. And then that becomes
shape them into there,
yeah,
just in case there's a queen there.
absolutely. So there's no queen on here. And you're going to start seeing them signalling. We're going to move this and show you. Let's just look them over.
Quite the cluster there, look.
Yeah, so shake it in. And then you won't get any of the brace comb. And then we're going to get rid of this. Make sure there's no queen hiding.
Shake them down.
And fly back. I really need to just keep my eyes peeled just in case I've been a bit clumsy with the queen. Normally we wouldn't bother shaking that in. And we're just very gently putting it back on because you don't want to crush bees. Lid can go back on. All the flying bees are coming back, and we haven't disturbed the house bees too much. And they're saying, "Queen this way." So that is how to integrate 2 hives. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please subscribe to our channel, and thank you very much for watching wherever you are in the world today. Hope you're having a good day. Bye bye.